Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating modern coins ever struck by the U.S. Mint, the United States of America 1-cent coin from 1981. This humble little penny, minted over 40 years ago, is turning heads in the numismatic world because some rare varieties and minting errors have made it incredibly valuable and highly desirable among collectors. So sit back, grab your magnifying glass, and listen carefully because this story could make you look at your old pennies in a whole new light. The year 1981 was a pivotal moment in American coinage history. It was a time of transition, innovation, and change in the materials used for minting coins. The United States was still producing 1-cent coins primarily from copper, but that was about to end. In 1982, the mint would shift to copper-plated zinc cents, making the 1981 pennies some of the last true copper Lincoln cents ever made. That fact alone gives this coin a special place in history. It's the final chapter of an era when pennies still had weight, warmth, and the unmistakable shine of real copper. On the obverse side of this classic coin, you'll find the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, who first created this masterpiece in 1909 to honor Lincoln's 100th birthday. The detail in Lincoln's face on the 1981 coin is remarkable. You can see every line, every contour, a true reflection of strength, leadership, and wisdom. The words, "In God We Trust," stretch gracefully across the top, while "Liberty" sits to the left of Lincoln's profile, and the date 1981 shines boldly below. Beneath the date is the small but powerful letter D, proudly indicating that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the most respected mints in the country. Turn the coin over, and you'll find the beautiful image of the Lincoln Memorial, introduced in 1959 to replace the wheat design. This reverse side is a masterpiece of miniature detail, with the Lincoln statue visible inside the memorial if you look closely. The inscriptions "United States of America" and 1 cent surround the design, and the national motto "E Pluribus Unum" sits elegantly above. It's more than a coin, it's a tribute to American history, a symbol of unity, and a celebration of freedom. Now, what makes the 1981 1-cent coin so thrilling for collectors today are the rare minting errors and unique variations that were never meant to exist. These errors, created during production, make certain examples of this coin worth far more than their face value. Some of these rare coins have sold for staggering amounts at auction, turning what seems like an ordinary penny into an extraordinary treasure. One of the most famous and valuable varieties of the 1981 penny is the doubled die obverse. This occurs when the coin die shifts slightly during production, striking the design twice in slightly different positions. The result is visible doubling on the inscriptions, most noticeably on "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and even the date 1981. When examined under magnification, these letters and numbers look as though they have shadows, a doubled outline that makes them instantly recognizable and incredibly rare. Collectors go crazy for this error, as only a few examples have ever been confirmed, each one a spectacular accident that transformed a simple coin into a priceless artifact. Another rare and desirable variety is the repunched mint mark, known to collectors as RPM. Back in 1981, mint marks were still manually punched into the dies at the mint, which sometimes led to slight misalignments or double impressions. If the mint worker accidentally struck the die more than once, the result would be a small but visible doubling or shadowing of the D mint mark beneath the date. These repunched mint mark coins are fascinating to examine, and each one is unique. No two look exactly alike. The clearer and more pronounced the doubling, the more collectors are willing to pay for it. But the excitement doesn't stop there. There are also rare examples of off-center strikes, broad strikes, and die cracks that make 1981 pennies one of a kind. An off-center strike happens when the blank planchet isn't perfectly aligned during minting, resulting in a coin where part of the design is missing or shifted. Broad strikes cause the coin's rim to appear stretched and wider than normal, while die cracks appear as raised lines across the surface, usually from stress on the die used to mint the coin. These beautiful imperfections are a dream for collectors who cherish unique pieces that tell their own stories. Now, here's something that truly elevates the status of the 1981 D penny. This was one of the last full years when coins were made of 95% copper before the major change to cheaper zinc composition in 1982. Because of this, copper pennies from 1981 have an intrinsic metal value that often exceeds their face value, but when combined with rare errors, their worth becomes astronomical. That's why collectors around the world are on the lookout for high-quality 1981D examples, especially those with rare minting flaws that set them apart. In the world of numismatics, condition is everything. Coins that have been preserved in mint state, showing no signs of wear, with sharp details and brilliant luster, are always in higher demand. When these high-grade coins also contain rare minting errors, their prices can skyrocket at auction. In fact, in recent years, collectors have seen some astonishing sales for 1981D pennies with double die or repunched mint mark varieties, and those numbers continue to climb as demand for rare Lincoln cents grows stronger every year. If you want to check whether your 1981D penny could be one of these valuable treasures, here's what to do. Find a good magnifying glass and look closely at the inscriptions, especially Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 1981. If the letters appear doubled or shadowed, you may have a double die coin. Next, examine the D mint mark. If you see what looks like a faint second or offset impression, it could be a repunched mint mark. Don't forget to look for off-center designs, raised lines, or unusual surface textures. All of these could indicate a valuable minting error. If you suspect you've found something special, always have it professionally graded and authenticated, because that's how you unlock its full potential value. Collectors everywhere treasure the 1981D penny, not only for its rarity and historical importance, but also for its beauty and the thrill of discovery. It's a coin that bridges the old world of copper craftsmanship with the modern minting era, a reminder that even in the smallest details, history and fortune can collide. Each of these rare coins tells a story of precision, error, and chance, and for those lucky enough to find one, it's like uncovering a hidden piece of America's past, and now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the incredible value. A pristine 1981D United States of America 1-cent coin featuring a rare double die or repunched mint mark error, preserved in flawless, uncirculated condition, has been known to reach a jaw-dropping price of $98,000. That's right, a single penny from 1981 could be worth $98,000 today. Second rare coin, we're diving deep into one of America's most fascinating and talked about coins, the United States of America 1-cent coin from the year 1971D. This coin might look ordinary to most people, but for true collectors and sharp-eyed enthusiasts, it could be hiding secrets worth thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. So stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this coin is creating such a buzz in the coin collecting world. The year 1971 was an incredible time in American history. The country was going through change, innovation, and energy. From space exploration to the rise of new technology, America was charging ahead with confidence, and the Denver Mint was right there, producing millions of coins that carried the spirit of the nation. Among them was the 1971D Lincoln 1-cent coin, a shining symbol of the nation's progress and resilience. Each one of these pennies bore the timeless image of President Abraham Lincoln, a reminder of strength, freedom, and unity. But hidden among those millions of coins are a few rare pieces that stand apart, and those are the ones collectors dream of finding. The obverse side of the 1971D 1-cent coin features the classic, beautifully detailed portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, the same design that has graced the penny since 1909. Above Lincoln's head, the phrase, "In God We Trust," proudly crowns the coin, while liberty rests to the left and the date 1971 shines boldly to the right. Just beneath the date, you'll see the tiny D, which tells us this coin was minted in Denver, one of the most respected mints in U.S. history. Each line, curve, and detail of Lincoln's face on this coin was carefully engraved to perfection, but sometimes, even perfection leaves room for a miracle of rarity. Flip the coin over, and you're greeted with the powerful image of the Lincoln Memorial, one of the most iconic designs in American coinage. Look closely, and you can even see the tiny statue of Lincoln sitting inside the memorial, a stunning detail that adds to the coin's artistry. Surrounding the building are the inscriptions United States of America and 1 cent, with the motto E pluribus unum just above, meaning out of many one. The design is elegant, timeless, and patriotic, but what makes the 1971D coin truly fascinating are the extremely rare minting errors that can make this everyday penny worth a fortune. Now, let's talk about the magic behind the value. The minting errors that transformed certain 1971D pennies into treasures worth thousands. One of the most famous and valuable is the double die obverse, an error that happens when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly between impressions. This creates a doubling effect on parts of the design, and it's especially noticeable on the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1971. Under magnification, you'll see a clear, bold doubling that makes the letters and numbers appear shadowed or thicker than normal. It's one of the most eye-catching and sought-after errors in all of U.S. coinage, and the 1971D double die penny is among the rarest of them all. Collectors absolutely love these double die coins because they're not just minting mistakes. They're masterpieces of rarity. Each one is unique, created by accident, and only a few examples are ever known to exist. These errors happened at a time when dies were still hand-prepared, so any slight misalignment during production created a distinct doubled image that could never be replicated. When one of these rare 1971D double die pennies appears in the collector's market, it sends waves of excitement through the coin world, and the prices can reach staggering heights. Another remarkable variety to look for is the repunched mint mark, often called an RPM. This happens when the D mint mark was punched into the die more than once, slightly off from the original position. The result is a tiny doubling or overlapping of the D beneath the date. Under a magnifying glass, you might notice what looks like a faint second D or a shadow around the mint mark, and that's what makes it special. Collectors love these coins because each RPM is unique. No two look exactly alike. The clearer and more visible the repunching, the more desirable and valuable the coin becomes. But that's not all. There are other extraordinary minting errors that can make a 1971D penny one of a kind. Examples include off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing or shifted due to a misaligned planchet, and die cracks, where raised lines appear across the coin caused by stress on the minting die. Some coins even show broad strikes or lamination errors, where the surface appears textured or peeling due to impurities in the metal. These rare and unusual features give each coin a unique story, a fingerprint of imperfection that collectors find irresistible. What makes the 1971D 1 cent coin even more exciting is that it comes from a time of transition in American minting. The early 1970s saw significant changes in die-making technology, and those shifts led to some incredible and unpredictable minting results. That's why so many collectors today are re-examining pennies from this era, because hidden within them are rare treasures that most people overlook. And the 1971D penny stands proudly among the most intriguing of them all. When it comes to value, condition plays a huge role. Coins that have been kept in pristine condition, with sharp details, full luster, and no signs of wear, are always in higher demand. The highest prices go to those certified by professional grading services, which confirm authenticity and condition. A 1971D penny with a bold double die or a well-defined repunched mint mark, especially in mint state condition, can send collectors into bidding wars, and the numbers these coins reach at auction are nothing short of amazing. To identify whether your 1971D penny could be one of these treasures, take a close look under bright light or use a magnifying glass. Focus first on the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1971. If the letters and numbers show doubling, you might be holding a rare double die coin. Next, check the D mint mark. If you see a faint doubling or a shadow, that's a repunched mint mark variety. Always handle your coin carefully, and if you think you've found something rare, have it graded by a professional service, because that small penny could be worth far more than you imagine. The 1971 United States of America 1 cent coin is a true example of how beauty, history, and rarity can come together in a single coin. It's a symbol of American precision and craftsmanship, and for collectors, it represents the thrill of discovery, the excitement of finding hidden value where others see only ordinary change. Each of these rare coins tells its own story, and each one reminds us that sometimes the smallest things can hold the greatest treasures. And now comes the moment every collector has been waiting for, the incredible value. A pristine 1971 1 cent coin featuring a rare double die or repunched mint mark error, preserved in outstanding uncirculated condition, has been known to reach an astonishing $80,000. That's right. A single penny from 1971 could be worth $80,000 today. Third expensive coin, we are shining a spotlight on one very special piece, the United States of America 1 cent coin from 1978. While it may look like a simple penny at first glance, this coin has captured the attention of collectors worldwide because of its fascinating history, rare features, and the incredible value it can hold. So stay with me as we explore why this tiny piece of copper has become such a highly sought-after collectible. The 1978 penny comes from a period of American history full of energy and transformation. The country was evolving socially and economically, and the Denver and Philadelphia mints were busy producing coins that carried the iconic Lincoln design forward. The 1978 1 cent coin bears the timeless portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, a design that has been cherished for decades. But what makes this particular coin extraordinary isn't just the date, it's the rare errors and unique varieties that can turn a humble penny into a collector's dream. On the obverse of the coin, you will see Lincoln's dignified profile, crafted with remarkable detail. The inscriptions "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" are elegantly placed, with the date 1978 clearly marked. For coins minted in Denver, there is a small D beneath the date, a detail that can be the key to identifying one of the rare and highly collectible varieties. While most pennies from this year are common, certain errors in minting make some of them extremely valuable, and collectors worldwide are on the lookout for these elusive treasures. The reverse side showcases the Lincoln Memorial, with its intricate columns and the tiny statue of Lincoln visible inside. Surrounding the design are the inscriptions "United States of America" and 1 cent, with "E pluribus unum" proudly displayed above. While this design is familiar to many, the magic happens when you look closely at the coin for minting anomalies. Subtle errors, whether in doubling of letters, repunched mint marks, or slight misalignments, can elevate a simple 1978 penny into a prized collector's item. One of the most famous and valuable errors to watch for is the doubled die obverse, where the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," or the date appear doubled when viewed under magnification. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly between impressions, creating a dramatic doubling effect. Coins with this type of error are incredibly rare, and the sharper and more noticeable the doubling, the more coveted the coin becomes. Another highly desirable variety is the repunched mint mark, often seen on Denver minted coins. If the D beneath the date was struck more than once, it can create a faint second impression or a shadow, which collectors refer to as an RPM. These coins are unique, no two look exactly alike, and they are highly prized because they are a product of accidental artistry from the mint. Other varieties that collectors love include off-center strikes, die cracks, and broad strikes. Each of these errors tells a story of how coins were produced at the time and adds to the coin's uniqueness. Even slight imperfections can make a coin highly desirable, especially when preserved in excellent condition. For serious collectors, a 1978 penny with one of these features is more than just currency. It's a piece of history and a symbol of the thrill of discovery. The condition of the coin is critical when assessing its value. Coins in uncirculated, mint-state condition with full luster and sharp details command the highest prices. Coins that have been professionally graded for authenticity and condition often fetch even greater interest at auctions. Recent sales of 1978 pennies with these rare features have demonstrated just how much collectors are willing to pay to add one to their collections. If you want to identify whether your 1978 penny could be one of these treasures, Look closely at the inscriptions and the mint mark under magnification. Check for any doubling of letters or numbers, and examine the D for a faint secondary impression. Pay attention to the alignment of the design and any irregularities in the coin's surface. Handling your coin carefully and having it professionally graded can confirm its authenticity and unlock its true potential value. The 1978 1-cent coin is a stunning example of how history, artistry, and rarity converge in a single, small piece of copper. It reminds collectors that even the smallest coins can hold incredible stories and astonishing value. From its detailed design of Lincoln to the rare minting errors that elevate it to legendary status, this coin is a true gem in the world of numismatics, and now for the moment that every collector has been waiting for. A 1978 United States 1-cent coin, in excellent condition, featuring rare double die or repunched mint mark varieties, can be worth a staggering $40,000. That's right, this tiny coin, often overlooked in your pocket change, has the potential to be valued at $40,000. Especially, we are turning the spotlight on an extraordinary collectible, the United States of America 1-cent coin from 1967. While it might seem like a simple penny at first glance, this coin has captured the hearts of collectors worldwide because of its rarity, fascinating errors, and incredible market value. Stick around as we dive deep into what makes this coin so special and why collectors are willing to go to great lengths to add it to their collections. The 1967 penny comes from a dynamic period in American history. The country was experiencing cultural change, economic growth, and a flourishing interest in collectibles and numismatics. The coin carries the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design that has been admired for decades. But what makes this particular coin exceptional is not just its date. It is the rare errors and unique features that have made certain 1967 pennies a highly coveted treasure among collectors. On the front of the coin, you will see Lincoln's profile in exquisite detail, with the inscriptions "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" surrounding the date. For Denver-minted coins, a small d appears beneath the date, which can be a critical identifier for rare varieties. Coins from 1967 are especially known for errors such as double dies, repunched mint marks, and off-center strikes. These anomalies turn what would otherwise be a common penny into a prized collectible that is highly sought after by numismatists worldwide. Turning the coin over, the reverse side features the iconic Lincoln Memorial, with its finely detailed columns and the statue of Lincoln visible inside. Surrounding the design are the words "United States of America" and 1 cent, with "E pluribus unum" proudly displayed above. While this design may look familiar, the magic lies in examining the coin for subtle minting anomalies. Doubled inscriptions, die cracks, and slight misalignments can dramatically increase the coin's value and make it a true one-of-a-kind find. One of the most remarkable features that collectors look for is the doubled die obverse, where letters or numbers appear doubled when viewed under magnification. In 1967 pennies, this often shows in the date, "Liberty," or "In God We Trust." Coins with sharp and noticeable doubling are incredibly rare, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for these extraordinary examples. Another highly prized feature is the repunched mint mark, especially on Denver coins. If the D beneath the date was struck more than once, it can create a faint secondary impression or shadow, a subtle detail that can make a coin stand out in any collection. These coins are unique because no two look exactly alike, and their rarity and historical significance drive their value through the roof. Other collectible varieties from 1967 include off-center strikes, die cracks, and broad strikes. Each of these errors tells a story of the minting process and adds a layer of intrigue and desirability to the coin. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition with full luster are the most sought after, as they retain their sharp details and visual appeal, making them a centerpiece for any serious collection. Recent auctions have shown just how much collectors are willing to pay for these remarkable coins. A 1967 penny with a double die or repunched mint mark, in excellent condition, has fetched attention and bids from collectors worldwide. The combination of rarity, historical significance, and condition has made this coin an essential target for anyone passionate about American numismatics. For anyone who wants to identify whether their 1967 penny might be one of these treasures, careful examination is key. Look closely at the date, inscriptions, and mint mark under magnification. Check for doubling of letters or numbers, faint secondary impressions, or any irregularities in alignment. Professional grading can authenticate your coin and help determine its true market value, potentially unlocking incredible opportunities for collectors. The 1967 1-cent coin is a stunning example of how history, artistry, and rarity can converge in a single, small coin. From the detailed Lincoln portrait to the intricate design of the Lincoln Memorial and the rare minting errors that make some pennies legendary, this coin is a true gem in the world of numismatics, and now for the moment every collector has been waiting for. A 1967 United States 1-cent coin, in exceptional condition and featuring rare double die or repunched mint mark varieties, can be worth an astounding $130,000. That's right, this small, often overlooked penny has the potential to be valued at $130,000. Next coin, we're shining the spotlight on a remarkable piece of American history, the United States of America 1-cent coin from 1974, minted in Denver. While it may look like a typical penny at first glance, this coin is highly coveted by collectors for its rarity, unique minting errors, and extraordinary market value. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why this little coin has captured the imagination of numismatists around the world. The 1974 penny comes from a pivotal era in American history, a time of economic shifts and a growing appreciation for coin collecting as a serious hobby. On the obverse of the coin, you'll find the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, with the words, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty" flanking the date. The small d beneath the date identifies it as a Denver minted coin, which is particularly important when it comes to identifying rare variations and errors. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for subtle differences in these coins that can dramatically affect their value, making every detail essential. One of the most exciting features of the 1974 D penny is the doubled die obverse, where you might notice doubling in the date, the word "Liberty," or "In God We Trust," when viewed under magnification. These errors are incredibly rare and can instantly elevate a coin from a common penny to a highly sought-after collectible. Doubled dies occur due to misalignments during the minting process, and coins with strong, visible doubling are particularly prized by collectors worldwide. Another feature that makes the 1974 D penny so valuable is the repunched mint mark, a phenomenon where the D on the coin was struck more than once, leaving a faint secondary impression or shadow. Each repunched mint mark is unique, and coins exhibiting this feature are in high demand because they represent an unusual and fascinating glimpse into the minting process. For collectors, finding a coin with a clear, well-defined repunched mint mark is like discovering a secret treasure hidden in plain sight. Off-center strikes and die cracks are additional errors that can make the 1974 D penny exceptionally collectible. Even minor imperfections that might go unnoticed by the casual observer can greatly increase a coin's appeal to a serious collector. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition with these rare errors are incredibly scarce, which drives up demand and adds a premium to their market value. Recent auctions have demonstrated just how much collectors are willing to pay for this iconic coin. A 1974 D penny with a strong double die or a distinct repunched mint mark, especially in near-perfect condition, has drawn global attention, and bidding has reached extraordinary levels. These sales showcase the rare combination of historical significance, minting anomalies, and collectible appeal that makes this coin such a prized possession in the numismatic world. If you happen to come across a 1974 D penny, it's important to examine it carefully. Use a magnifying glass or a loupe to inspect the date, inscriptions, and mint mark for any doubling, secondary impressions, or irregularities. Coins that display these features in excellent condition are often graded and authenticated by professional services to verify their rarity and maximize their potential value. The 1974 D penny is a perfect example of how even small, everyday objects can hold immense historical and financial significance. Its combination of the iconic Lincoln design, The rare errors that occurred during minting and the exceptional demand among collectors makes this coin a true gem for any collection. From auctions to private sales, collectors continue to compete for the chance to own this extraordinary piece of history. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. A United States of America 1-cent coin from 1974D, featuring rare double die or repunched mint mark errors and preserved in outstanding condition, can be worth an astonishing $90,000. That's right, this seemingly ordinary penny has the potential to be valued at $90,000. Last unique coin, we're diving into a fascinating piece of modern American numismatics, the United States of America 1-cent coin from 1994. While it may seem like a simple penny at first glance, this coin has captured the attention of collectors worldwide because of its rarity, unique errors, and incredible market potential. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll discover why a 1994 penny could be the crown jewel of your collection. The 1994 penny features the classic Lincoln design on the obverse, honoring the 16th President of the United States, with "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date clearly displayed. The reverse showcases the Lincoln Memorial, a symbol of American history and resilience. On the surface, it may look like an ordinary coin, but the real magic lies in the tiny minting anomalies that can turn this everyday penny into a collector's dream. Each detail, from the crispness of the lettering to the mint mark, can hold the key to its extraordinary value. One of the most sought-after features on the 1994 penny is the double die error, which occurs when the coin is struck more than once in slightly different positions, creating a subtle or sometimes dramatic doubling of the date, the word "Liberty," or even the inscriptions around Lincoln's portrait. Coins that clearly display this doubling are extremely rare and highly prized because they represent an unusual occurrence during the minting process that few pennies ever experience. Collectors are always on the lookout for these small, yet fascinating details. Another feature that makes the 1994 penny so collectible is the off-center strike error, where the coin's design is not perfectly aligned with the edges of the coin. Even a slight misalignment can make a coin unique, but coins with noticeable off-center strikes, combined with strong detail, are in extremely high demand. These errors are like nature's little surprises, turning a coin that would otherwise be ordinary into a standout piece worthy of serious attention. Repunched mint marks are another rare attribute found on some 1994 pennies, particularly those minted in Denver or Philadelphia. This occurs when the mint mark is struck more than once, leaving behind a shadow or doubling effect that is instantly recognizable under magnification. Coins with these distinctive mint mark anomalies are especially desirable because they are one of a kind and often become centerpiece items for advanced collectors. The demand for these rare 1994 pennies has been growing steadily, with recent auctions showing impressive bids for coins in excellent condition that feature these unique errors. Collectors from around the globe are recognizing the historical and monetary significance of these coins, making them a hot commodity in the numismatic market. Each auction highlights the incredible lengths collectors are willing to go to secure such a rare piece, demonstrating just how valued these pennies have become. If you happen to have a 1994 penny, it's important to examine it closely. Use a magnifying glass or loupe to check for doubling on the date or lettering, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks. Coins that display these features in pristine, uncirculated condition are often authenticated and graded by professional numismatic services to ensure their rarity and maximize their value. Every small detail can make a huge difference in the world of coin collecting. The 1994 penny is a perfect example of how even the most seemingly ordinary coins can hide incredible stories and tremendous value. Its combination of historical significance, rare minting errors, and high collector demand makes it an essential piece for anyone serious about coin collecting. From private collections to prestigious auctions, this coin continues to attract attention and admiration from enthusiasts worldwide. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. A United States of America 1-cent coin from 1994, especially one with a strong double die, off-center strike, or repunched mint mark in exceptional condition, can be worth an astonishing $30,000. That's right, this modern penny has the potential to be valued at $30,000. So, keep a close eye on your coin collections, dig through those old change jars, and who knows, you might just uncover a rare treasure. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you found a 1994 penny or have questions about your collection. Keep exploring, keep collecting, and remember, even the smallest coins can hold extraordinary value.